Good day, viewer. Welcome to Intensive Maths Unit. In this tutorial, we are going to talk about Introduction to Linear Equation. So in this class, we will talk about the concept. I'm going to show you the concept on how the linear equation is being formed and how to solve problems. Different method of solving problems in regards to linear equation. Let's follow the terminologies on how we can form a linear equation. So if you look at what we have on the board, we have terms, expression, parts of equation, and under parts of equation we have a variable, we have an equality sign, we have constant and operator. So what we are going to do here, we are going to bring the example, the conceptual, the way a linear equation is being formed. So when we talk about this, a terms from the word, a terms is formed mathematically as the combination of a variable, more than one variable, or it can equally be formed combination of a variable and a constant. Two variables can form a constant, but a constant cannot form a term. So let's consider what I'm saying. This is it. A term is something like this. X is a term because x is comprises of 1 multiplied by x. This is a term. So while we have 2y, 2y is a term. It comprises of what? 2 multiplied by 1. And this is a variable, this is a constant. This is a variable and this is a constant. So in our next terms, we'll talk about the meaning of variable. So this is a term. So a term is comprised of a variable and a constant, and so on. 3x, which is comprised of 3 and x. These are what we call term. So for us to get the next one is expression. For us to get an expression, it has to do with what? Combining or bringing together of what? 2 or more terms. What am I saying? Look at what we have here. Expression can be formed from this. X and what? 2y. So we are going to use one of the part of the equation, the operator here. The operator can be, because mathematics has a 4 basic operator, which is what? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. But here we are going to decide to choose either addition or subtraction. If we choose subtraction, that means minus comes in here, and this form what? An expression. This is what they call an expression in mathematics, and we should know that this is a term. The breakdown of a term is this. So, well, other example of a term can be this: 2y plus x. It can also be formed as what? 3x minus 4. This is an expression. This minus 4 is a constant, or this 4 is a constant. So what we'll do here, we've talked about terms and we've talked about expression. So we move to the next terminology here, which has to do with part of some of the terminology, which is the parts of equation. What are these terms we have on the equation? An equation it comprises of 4 different terms. An equation will have a constant, it will have a variable, it will have equality sign. Equality sign is very, very important. That what makes it, that is the reason why it is called an equation. When an equality sign is not found in an expression, it cannot be an equation. So the presence of that equality sign makes it an equation. So let's consider this part of equation. When we talk about constant means a number. A number. What do I mean by that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. They are all constant. It is constant because 1 to those range of number remain the same everywhere in the world. In Nigeria here, when we say 1, it means 1 all over the world. When we say 7, it's 7 all over the world. So it is called a constant, but it doesn't change. So this is what they call a constant, just like what I've explained. It has to do with what? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 that stand on its own. They are called what? A constant. So on and so forth. So when we move to the next one, variable. How is a variable formed? A variable is formed as the combination or the multiplication of what? A constant and what? A variable. So from here, having known a constant as a constant as what? As a number, which is what? 1. When we multiply a variable with a constant, This is a variable. The 1x is the sentence. This 1 multiplied by x is 1x. When we also multiply this 2 multiplied by a variable, the variable can be a, which is what? 2a. When we now have 4 here, multiplied by what? A what? A variable. Variable can be y, which is 4y. So what they form here, this is what they call a variable. 4y is a variable because we don't have the exact value before we can be qualified to call a constant. Because y we don't know. I can decide to make my y 1. This other person B may decide to make his y 2. And if I put my y as 1 here, my value will become 5. And if this other person decides to put his y as 2, his value becomes 8. So that's why this is called variable, because of the presence of the data attached to the number. So how to explain variable? Move to what they call equality sign. When we talk about equation, a linear equation, it's not complete when an equality sign is not there. It's not complete. So when an equality is not there, that means it's called an expression or a term. So look at what I'm saying. Equality sign has to be what? An equal sign that brings two or more expression, bring an expression that compare two or more expression. That's to compare two or more expression if they are the same or if they are equal also. So that is an equal sign that brings two expression that is left and right. So we move to operator. When we talk about operator, it has to do with mathematical operator. We have 4 basic mathematical operator, which is what? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. But in this linear equation, we are going to make use of this more. You know, we've talked about multiplication by bringing a term and a variable, a constant and a variable together. So this addition, we are going to use the addition and multiplication to form what? A linear equation. So from what I've explained so far, let's bring out example of a linear equation from how a linear equation is formed. So from this, the example of linear equation is going to be this. The first one can be what? 2x plus 5 equals to 3. This is a linear equation. So we have just one variable. In some case, we can have it like this. 3a minus 2 equals to a. This is also a linear equation. And other ones can be in this form. 14a minus 3b equals to 6. It's a linear equation. So I think we've explained fully what a linear equation is and examples on linear equation. So in our next episode, we're going to solve problems involving linear equation, which will apply different methods. Thank you for listening, and if you find this content interesting, don't hesitate to subscribe to my YouTube channel on Intensive Maths Clinic, or follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all in what? Intensive Maths Clinic. Thank you and God bless you.